Hello and a very warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I want to talk about 3 places in Portugal where potentially you could buy real estate in 2023. And they're 3 places which are not often talked about when it comes to buying real estate in Portugal. Now, for each place, I'm going to discuss whether I think it's a place where you buy as a lifestyle purchase or whether it's an investment opportunity. Now, as you know, on this channel, I cover Portugal in great detail. I've covered many cities in Portugal. I'll give you some examples: Porto, Lisbon, Coimbra, Sintra, Braga. So please do check those videos out. I've also covered areas of Portugal. I've covered the Algarve fairly extensively as well. But these 3 places I've not really covered in any depth on my channel, and I think all 3 are absolutely beautiful places. Now, the first place I want to talk about is called Aveiro. Now, Aveiro, with a population of around 80,000, is the second most populous city in the Centro region of Portugal after Coimbra. Aveiro is actually often referred to as the Venice of Portugal. The city is not too far from the beautiful beaches of the region, so we are talking only around 7 to 10 kilometers, and there are some lovely churches, and if you take a boat ride you will see some quaint pastel colored houses. You will also find museums and churches to visit here, plus a lovely old train station. Aveiro is also known for its traditional sweets and has a university which attracts thousands of students to the city. It also has 2 hospitals, one of which is private and one of which is public. Overall, it's quite a vibrant place to live, but without the big city feel of Porto or Lisbon. Although there's a good bus system here, the city is also really walkable. Now, the nearest airport is Porto International Airport, which is about an hour's drive away. Now, from the city, though, of Porto, Aveiro is about 57 kilometers away, and the best way to get from Porto to Aveiro is by train, as it's much faster than the bus. Now, the urban train service, it takes about 1 hour and 15 minutes, and the express train service takes about 50 minutes. But unfortunately, the express train is much more expensive than the urban train service. Now, on average, property costs around 2,400 euros per square meter, and in the centre it actually costs a lot more, at around 3,400 euros per square meter. So unfortunately for me, Aveiro is definitely not an investment opportunity. It's going to be a lifestyle purchase if you do decide to buy here, but it is absolutely a wonderful place to live. Now, the second place I want to talk about is Évora. Now, with a population of around 53,000 and in the Alentejo region, Évora is a wonderful place. The city is like a museum because of its historical roots that date back to the Roman times. Évora has a well-preserved old town centre, enclosed partially by medieval walls, and many monuments dating back from various periods in history. Now, Évora also has a stunning Roman temple. It's got Roman baths, cathedral, beautiful churches, a 14th century palace which you must visit, and some noteworthy other picturesque squares to visit, plus a wonderful museum and a beautiful university founded in the 16th century, 1559. Now, unsurprisingly, in 2027, it will be the European capital of culture, and that doesn't surprise me at all. Now, it is actually an important city in the Alentejo region, and many would say it's the most important city in the region, as it plays an important role in the agricultural and services sector, and has, as said, a university and also a hospital. Now, property prices are quite reasonable at an average of 2,250 euros per square meter. So That's not too bad, not amazingly cheap. In the historical centre, they are around 2,800 euros per square metre. So you could say they're not particularly cheap, but they're not too expensive either. Now, the downside here is that it can feel a little remote. The nearest major international airport is Lisbon, which is around 130 kilometres away. And also, Evora is not close to the sea. But it's good, I think, as a lifestyle purchase. Again, I'm going to put this in the lifestyle purchase category. Now, the last place I want to talk about is Guimarães. Now, with a population of just over 150,000 and located in northern Portugal in the district of Braga, Guimarães is a really beautiful city. It is the place that witnessed the birth of the Kingdom of Portugal. Now, the historical town centre is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. There are so many things to see here, such as its famous castle, palace, noteworthy museums, a magnificent convent, and also a former monastery. Now, for families only a couple of kilometres away from the city centre, there's an actual water park which will keep children entertained for hours on end. Now, the closest airport is Porto International Airport, which is only about 53 kilometres away and about a 45-minute drive away. The GetBus airport shuttle bus also runs a service between Porto Airport and Guimarães. Otherwise, there is around about an hourly service between Porto's Campania station and Guimarães. It is relatively straightforward, I think, to get here then from another country. Now, sports-wise, the city has two football clubs, one of which is Vitória, which plays in the top tier of Porto's Premier League, and Vitória also has a basketball, volleyball and water polo team playing in the top divisions of their sports. Now, property prices here are actually very reasonable at an average of less than 1,500 euros per square metre, and even in the city centre they're only about 1,750 euros per square metre on average. So I think of the three, this could be an investment opportunity as well as a lifestyle purchase. I think here this may follow Braga and Porto, so it may just be behind these cities and follow them into the future with more price rises. It wouldn't surprise me if in a few years here property prices would be over 2,500 euros per square metre. I think this city has the most potential of the three I've said today. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I shall see you soon on the next video.